Hey everyone, and welcome to Snow Day Gaming. This is going to be my playthrough of Paper Mario for the N64. One of my favorite games of all times. Got it when I was a kid. I remember being at a sleepover at a friend's house and finding out that my copy had been delivered to our mailbox at home, and me and my friend begging his parents to drive us over to our house to get the game and then back to his house so that we could play. And it was amazing. So I'm super excited to play this with you guys. What's going on now? It's explaining the story, which it will several times throughout the game, especially early on, with the star spirits in the sky guarding the star rod carefully, very carefully. And wouldn't you know it, you had to expect it. There was nothing else that could have happened, but gosh darn Bowser has done it again. And is going to steal the Star Rod, and at long last beat his archenemy, Mario, in paper form this time. So, yeah, basically, this is going to be a pretty complete playthrough of the game, most likely 100%. This is a game I'm very familiar with, having beaten it several times, both as a kid and as an adult, and especially as an adult, picking up all those little loose secrets and stuff that I might have missed when I was a kid and didn't know any better. So yeah, thanks for joining me along for this ride. I think it's going to be a pretty good time. This game is super awesome in both its gameplay, aesthetics, dialogue, and even its lore. Lore in a Mario game. Yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, I think this is gonna wrap out the little story, and here we go. Paper Mario. He looks so strange in that key art. But you gotta love the paper aesthetics already, and that clearly crumpled paper in the title logo. And let's do it. Start a fresh game. I'm capturing this on my Wii U. I originally was going to do it on an emulator, but the emulation isn't perfect, so hey, you guys get the benefit of that raw, good gameplay. I can't promise it'll always be the case, but at least for Paper Mario, there shouldn't be any weird graphical hitches that weren't already present in the game. Alright, let's go. Let's go with Snow Day Gaming. Boom. Yes. First play. Let's do it. And right off the bat, love seeing Mario's house like this. Love that it says Mario on the front door, even though Luigi also lives here. But hey, if you're going by the Mario movie rules, their last name is actually Mario. So it's Mario and Luigi Mario. Which makes the sign a little bit more respectful, if also very silly. And as most Mario games start these days, it's with a letter from, you guessed it, Princess Peach. She's throwing a party. She wants us to attend. It's very nice of her. Tasty sweets and all kinds of entertainment. I am on board, Peach. Let's go. And I love that Mario has a pipe right outside his house, leading him to the Mushroom Kingdom, right into Toad Town. Here we go. Don't have control just yet, but I will soon, which is fun, because this game takes a while to get going. There's lots of prologue, but it does give you, try to give you control fairly often to at least let you experience the story for yourself, you know? Magnificent Castle. Yeah, oh! Here we go! And I have control. So this, like, spin move is, like, not present in any other Mario game that I know of. and it's like a quick way to move around. It also has some like other mechanics that can get attached to it later in the game. But hey, check us out, speed run strats. The quickest way to move around in this game is to spin and then short hop out of it. Because as you can see when you spin, it's obviously very fast, but there is this kind of lagging recovery animation at the end before you can spin again or get moving. But if you cut that short with a little hop, boom. Watch out, speedrunners, here I come. Yes, lots of toads all around. You can check out Peach's Castle. I don't think it lets you explore all of it yet, if I'm mistaken. But here we go, the kitchen. This is Taste Tea. She's a chef. And we will be interacting with her later. She used up all her ingredients, even though there's so many lined up for her. Oh well. We'll also be coming back to this room later as a different character, so stay tuned. But I don't think it lets you explore every room in Peach's Castle. Yes, does not seem to open. Probably because it's locked. Mario. And yeah, let's head upstairs to Peach. Love these little penguin dudes. From a faraway, snowy town. So she mentioned in her letter that there'd be guests from all over, and what I love is that a bunch of characters here are from towns that Mario will be going to in the later games. This is the minister. I guess this is before Toadsworth got introduced. This is like a proto-Toadsworth, I'm guessing. But yeah, you got the penguins from the icy region. You've got these little desert dudes from a desert town called Tri-Cherry Outpost, which we'll always be going to. Everyone loves Princess Peach. What an honor. So that's cool to kind of like set up. There's even a Koopa from Koopa Village. Normally an enemy of Mario, but he doesn't seem to be attacking us, which is very nice of him. This is funny. This is Princess Peach's room, and there's this guard here that will not let us in because obviously she's not there and it's her private room. And he's pretty insistent if you keep talking to him to not go in a room without asking Mario. But if you keep talking to him, boy, you're persistent. The power of words, you know, he just lets you in. Not a very good guard, but you know, Mario is being kind of rude and persistent, and he gets to go explore Princess Peach's room, where you get some flavor text about her stuff in a room, like how she has not just the one dress, but dozens of the same exact dress. Mario looks fine without him. Peach, on the other hand, she's got to fix her face up, according to this game. Sweet dreams, I think. Yeah, so sweet. You know what I mean? When are those two lovebirds gonna finally get together? Who knows? They almost got married. Or to Bowser, at least. And the guard said that he was jealous because he had never been in there himself, even though he guards outdoors. So at least he's not sneaking in there when no one's looking. So good job. Oh, poor new guy. You're doing a great job, guy. So Peach has retired up into the castle, so we've got to go see her there. Dun, dun. I love how the music starts to fade out, just slowly. Oh, and there she is. You're welcome, Peach. Finally, some alone time. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Let's go out on the balcony. Uh-oh. My controller is shaking with that vibration. Love how the 2D trees just kind of get knocked over like they are paper standings. And this I never understood. Somehow Bowser's castle has ended up underneath Toad's castle, underground. which I'm guessing is because of the Star Rod, but hey, that's pretty impressive. And I love how Mario throws his hands up like he's absolutely freaking the F out. Look at him. Such ominous music. What on earth was that? Oh, and they're in the sky now. That can't be good. Boom. Come to ruin the party. Love his theme music. What did you do this time, Bowser? Wahahaha. Yeah, that was me. Weren't expecting that. And I love this game. Really continues what Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo started. Is this kind of like meta, funny humor, where like Bowser is very silly and is like pretending to be shocked, and then he's like, "No, Mario, you always turn up. I was expecting you." I mean, learning a lesson, you'd think so, but this time is a little bit different, as it is the beginning of the game, and that is how narratives work. Let's go, tough guy. And here we get our first little intro to the battle mechanics. Not much you can do at this point. Nope, all you can do is jump. And you hit him, boom, 1 damage. He swipes you for 1. Pretty even battle so far, you know? Mario could stand a chance, couldn't he? If he gets to go first, just 1 for 1. Bonk. Yes, he is. Uh-oh. But something's different this time. He's got the Star Rod, which he stole from Star Haven. And yeah, so the Star Rod grants any wish to whoever owns it, which is no good when that person is Bowser. Well, and that does not look good. How you like that mouse, Mario? Oh, boom. And you can tell he was doing 1 before, now he's doing 3. And that danger sign and noise means we're down to 5 HP out of a starting 10. And Mario's previous 1 attack does nothing. You best take some vitamins, Mario. Eat more mushrooms. Uh-oh. Down to 2. And there's seemingly nothing we can do. So as you've already probably noticed, this is a very scripted fight. You can't actually win this. If you do actually take the time to hack the game files and make him win, the game just crashes because there's obviously no scripting for that. And I love this. He starts out with 1, then 3, and then boom, he uses a brand new attack as Fire Breath, which takes out 10, which is Mario's entire HP at this point in the game. So it just shows how powerful Bowser is with the Star Rod, is that he can just take Mario out in 1 shot. Congratulations on your victory, your viciousness. This is Cammy Koopa. I love her. I don't think she's appeared in other games, but she's like Bowser's right-hand woman, and is just like a very old Lady Koopa who seems to be in love with Bowser, which I appreciate. Because everyone needs love, you know? And Mario just got sent out of the sky. Surely he's done for this time. And down he goes. And I love just all the attention to detail with the fact that everything in this world is kind of made out of paper. Is that when Mario falls, he's not going to die, obviously, because he's made out of paper. He just slowly goes to the ground. And man, late title card. You gotta love it, guys. Everyone loves a late title card. And if you thought that was the prologue, it was not. This is the prologue. That was, I guess, the pre-prologue. And here's where he's landed. Who knows where. And now he's getting a little visit. So we saw these guys in the opening cutscenes. These are the Star Spirits, who were supposed to guard the Star Rod until Bowser took a hold of it and kind of captured them all. So these are kind of their ghost forms they're using to reach you at a very important moment in time. And I love the little, like, TV staticky effect they put on the text there, just to show that these are, like, star spirits who are, like, not actually here, but are just, like, apparating here. But keep it together. Fates are in Mario's hands, as always. And they're using whatever weak power they have to heal Mario. Because they're obviously exhausted and don't have much power right now because they've been captured. And did it work? Oh, and who's this? I love her. She's a little girl Goomba called Goombaria with a little bow and is pink instead of brown. Knows the world famous Mario all over. So I love that this game right off the bat kind of introduces the fact that, like, hey, Goombas are normally enemies, but in this game there are some good Goombas as well, you know? Not all Goombas are bad. They're not like cops. There are some nice Goombas who aren't Bowser's minions, such as Goombaria. And here, the lead star spirit, Eldstar, I think his name is. Yeah. You can tell he's the lead and the wisest one, because he's old and has a big bushy gray mustache. And he's telling you to go to the Star Summit to talk more about what's going on. And you wake up and you're like, huh? What was that? Did I dream that? I swear there was just a star here. And a little toad comes in. Apparently he's been passed out for a while. This Goomba village. The only residents of which are a single family of Goombas and this toad. It's a very small village. I guess the toad just really likes the Goomba family. Yeah, he says they're here, they're the nicest folks you'll ever meet. Yeah, good for you, Toad, you know? He's like, oh right, I fell out of the sky. Star of the monster. Shooting Star Summit? Maybe you just had a dream, Mario? You did just fall out of the sky, your head might not be in the right sort of place. But he's like, oh right, but there are stars that exist and talk to you. That's Shooting Star Summit. So like, I like how he's like, you saw a star? You must be dreaming. And then he goes on to say, oh, but there are stars out there who talk to you. Just I don't think that was the one that talked to Mario. So this is a Toad house, which we can come back to. That little Toad sign out there, there's a bunch of buildings like this in every town in the game. If we go here, we can sleep to restore all of our health. And here we are in Goomba Village. Pretty small town. Back here is where we fell down. There's nothing really here. Well, actually, that's not true, but we'll have to come back in the game for something that's here. Come back later. You can shake bushes. Sometimes coins and stuff come out. Always shake bushes. There could be stuff in them. Locked gate. Well, let's meet the Goomba family, shall we? Can't wait. My son, Goombaria. So this is the mom of the family. The mom Goomba. Already setting up in Goombario here, Goombaria's sister. He was a big fan of yours. He's got a little blue baseball cap. See? He's your biggest fan. Thank you, Goombaria. That's very nice of you. Oh, here's a save block. And as it'll tell you the first time you hit it, this is where you can save. So this is a lot like old RPGs where you can't just save whenever you want. You have to find a save block. But they're littered enough throughout the game that, you know, it's not that big of a deal to have to find a save block. Bush. Shake the bush. See? Coins. Howdy, Mario. Oh, thank you. But yeah, we do have to get going. Shooting Star Summit, the world's in danger, all of that, you know? But he does have to fix the gate, which apparently broke during that earthquake of Bowser's Castle, which I love that, like, oh, yeah, no way around this gate. Even Mario, who's a famously good jumper, cannot make it around this gate. So he's like, take it easy for a while, and basically what that means is we have to go introduce ourselves to the rest of the Goomba family in the house. This is Goomba, you know, like Sopranos. Like his Goomba. No, just kidding. This is a Goomba grandmother. Get it? Goomba. All of the Goomba villages' names are puns, as you can tell. Goombario, it's a boy. Goombaria, it's a girl. Goomba, it's a grandmother. You know, just makes you wonder if all Goombas have names that are Goomba puns, or if this family just has a neat little quirk, a legacy naming quirk they decided on. And this is Goomba, you guessed it, the Goomba grandfather. And he's even like, yeah, you get it, right? So yeah, 3 generations of Goombas living in this village. The grandparents, the parents, and the kids. And he's out here working on this veranda. So yeah, now that we've triggered that, we can go back outside and see what's up. See if this gate is fixed. Boom, there you go. It's fixed, right? Didn't take that long. It's very nice of you. You know, duty calls. Thank you. Uh-oh. Gammy Koopa outed again. Doing Bowser's bidding. Love that little skidding noise she makes as she comes to a halt on her broom. She's like, I cannot believe you are alive. Weird, you rude little. A beautiful Koopa with a beautiful name, Gammy Koopa. You know what, Gammy Koopa, you are beautiful. It takes all kinds, you know? Yes, he is very powerful. Here's a gift from Bowser via the Star Rod. This big block. Kneel and weep when you see the wonderful changes King Bowser's made. I've already seen some of them, but that doesn't sound good. Bleh, oh, yuck, yuck. I couldn't read it fast enough. Sorry, guys. I love how upset the dad is. He's like, I just got finished fixing the gate. Nobody say gate to me ever again. We already know something's happened to her. Yeah, she's been... Again? Yes, again. Really hitting home how you have to go to Shooting Star Summit just to make sure the player knows that's what you gotta do. Here's an idea. Yeah, let's get a hammer. And I do love that, like... So all of Mario's world is kind of like this 2D world, right? More or less. And then I love that there's this big, like, 3D block here that Bowser puts down, which, like, I don't know, at least says to me that, like, Bowser's, with the Star Rod, has, like, given him access to this, like, different, like, a whole other dimension, basically, from, like, 2D to 3D. And, like, Mario clearly can't do anything about it right now because it's, like, this 3D block, and he's not used to that. You can't just walk around it, kind of, you know? So he's telling you to go borrow the hammer that Goomba was using to fix the veranda. And I love this Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes ass moment here. He's like, wasn't there a veranda here? He's paused in the middle of there for a second, and as soon as he realizes it, basically the equivalent of looking down in a Bugs Bunny cartoon, he falls and floats like paper. And here is the poor crashed veranda. Oh no, his poor back. Yeah, that's what happened. And there's another block here. Man, everywhere we go, Gammy Koopa put blocks everywhere. The hammer should be able to fix it, though. Better look for it. And look, now he follows you around like his little partner, which helps introduce you to the partners that you get in the game, which will follow you around like this. Goomba doesn't really do anything, but he's along for the ride. Look, you jump, he jumps sometimes. Gotta be somewhere close by. It looks just like this. That is what a hammer looks like. Yeah, and he's teaching you to always shake bushes. Remember what I said? Boom, coins. That's not a bush. You can't shake that. Coins. Coins. See, always shake all the bushes. It's not always just coins. Nothing in that one, though. There's these blocks here, like Super Mario Bros. That don't usually have anything in them. Coins. 2 coins. You see what I mean, guys? The second you think all you're gonna get out of a bush is 1 coin, and then it throws 2 coins at you. But I avoided all of them because I know which one it is. It's this one over here, which maybe they made brighter to make you be like, oh, it might be this one. That's something important it's in. But I guess it also could have been this dark one back here too. And it just falls down like it's a prop on a stage because it's made out of paper, and you found the hammer, like in Super Mario Bros. You know? And it lets you know you can now smash those blocks. And it also tells you that in addition to shaking bushes, you always gotta hit trees, because sometimes stuff falls out of them. Boom, like that, like more coins. And if you wanted to practice or know what this hammer can do, boom, you can already break those blocks. Break these, there's nothing in them. Oh. Boom, like those not infinite, but repeatable coin blocks in Mario. Gotta make sure you hit them more than once, you know? Coins. Always hit trees though, not just for coins, but also... Boom, what's this? It's a Princess Peach doll. Oh, and Goombaria lost it. So I love this. You know, you can easily ignore this and not find the doll, and nothing bad ever happens. You can still play the game, but it's like a little secret for those who like start exploring immediately with the hammer, because we do get something in return for giving that back. I think that's all that's there, so we get to exit. Time to head home. Yeah, not yet. Always something in the way. Someone just knocked him out. And I love him so much. This little child, baby Koopa, still in his shell, Master Junior Trooper, who is like a playground bully. Junior Trooper, he's the boss of the neighborhood gang, of which you never see any other members, or really know what neighborhood he's even talking about. But he's like, yeah, he's just a kid, so don't worry about it. So now we have access to not only jump, but the hammer, which, you know, for now, still just does 1 damage, just like the jump. Yeah. I love that little double thumbs up he gives. And kind of like the Bowser fight, this is like a 1-for-1 scripted thing. There's no way to lose this battle, I don't think, unless you were to do nothing for several turns until you die, but I don't know why you would do that. So like the hammer, the jump also does 1 to him. It's just getting warmed up, but still does the same amount of damage as before. So not that warmed up. Almost got him. Full power. Okay. He's like Bowser with the Star Rod. And he does do a little bit more damage, you know. But I think, yeah, that's it for him. And these are, yeah, star points. This is basically experience points in the game. Every time you get 100 of them, you go up a level, which lets you choose one of 3 things to upgrade, which we can go over once we actually level up. But that gave us a good 20 of the 100, so we're a 1/5 of the way there. I'll be back, and he will be several times throughout the game. That is a very recurring mini-boss we will be facing. He will not always be that easy, though. And because we have a hammer... Boom. we can do that now. And always hit trees because our first item of the game, a mushroom. The classic Mario standard. This one restores 5 HP. Yep, and you can see by pressing left on the D-pad that you can use that both in-game and out-of-game. Or in battle and out-of-battle. And this is a heart block, which restores all of your HP. You know, I feel like they could have just combined this with the save block, but these are a bit more rarely doled out for you, so maybe they didn't want to make it too easy, although you'll still find plenty of these everywhere. And here's block over here. What? Shake the bush? Nope. And I like that they put this here as like a game design thing of like, Mario can break the yellow blocks, but clearly he's not strong enough or doesn't have a good enough hammer to break the metal blocks. And I love that little like shiver, that little like impact that gets like sent up his spine as his hammer just like bonks off of this huge metal block. That cannot be fun. Another block over here. And classic N64, you see some tearing in the level there. Here's a spring, boom, and here's another item, the fire flower. So this is an attack item. As you can see, you can use it in battle to burn all enemies for 3 each, which, as you can see, with our hammer and jump only doing 1 per turn, 3 to all enemies is incredibly useful at this stage in the game. Yeah, bad Goombas. The kind of Goombas Mario's used to. And it also lets you know... Can't shake that bush. Oh well. It also knows you a little mechanic to get into battle. If you hit them first with either a jump or a hammer attack like that, you get a free turn where you just bonks them with either his jump or the hammer. And these guys only have 2 HP, so they're down just like that. Thumbs up. Ooh! This guy's got a spike on his head and he was hiding. And he'll probably tell you, yeah, the spiked Goomba. Visual design, you know, letting you know that, hey, don't jump on these guys because they will hurt you. Not only do you not do the 1 damage from the jump, but you take 1 damage as a result. So you have to hit them with their hammer, but they still just have 1 HP or 2 HP, so that first strike plus that extra hammer hit takes them out. And yeah, enemies give coins and some other things during battle as well. And just like the spiked Goomba, here's another kind of Goomba, the Paragoomba, which are flying. So you can't hit these guys with a hammer. So, you know, showing you 3 types of Goombas right out of the bat, right? Ones that you can hit with the hammer or the jump, ones that you can only hit with the jump, and ones that you can only hit with the hammer. The fun things about these guys, as you saw, is that, let me take out this guy real quick, is that when you hit the Paragoombas with a jump, their wings fly off, and they turn into regular Goombas. Oh, and another interesting thing he was explaining is that while your hammer can only hit the first enemy in a line, your jump, you can jump on any of the enemies, so you can like hop over some of them to damage another enemy. And boom, taken out just like that. Dun, dun. And yeah, sometimes they give you hearts as well. Each one heal 1 HP, which is a nice little after battle bonus. Ooh, didn't get the first strike there. Oh well. 1 damage, and you're done. So I will try to fight most enemies in the game I see the first time around. If I'm doing any backtracking, I'm obviously not going to battle the enemies again, mainly because they give less and less experience points as you level up, like most RPGs. And if you saw there, those little fire flowers that come out, if you see in the middle there, those FP flower points, that's like your magic, kind of. That'll heal that for 1, but we have no use for that yet. Always hit the trees, because you find stuff like coins. Oh my god. You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not the pro gamer. I led myself out to believe. Oh boy. What I was gonna say is that right here you get your first star piece. And the game even tells you, you know what, there's no use for this yet. Just kind of wait and see what it's for. But that their use case will be seen relatively shortly. Off we go. Back where we were. On the other side of this gate. Thank you. Could have done that to begin with, but that's fine. You did fall and hurt your back. Aw, the grandkids were so worried. Safe and sound. I like how he's wearing a little fez hat. Like an old person would, I guess. And he's got a gift for Mario, in addition to the hammer. Oh, and this is where this pops up. So this wouldn't happen if you didn't find the doll. You can say no here, but I think it just calls you mean and makes you say yes. But we're nice, so we'll give it back to her. And she's so excited, so happy. And she gives you a gift for your exploration, which is in the form of another star piece. So now we have 2. And a kiss, which makes Mario shiver. No idea how old any of the people on screen are right now, or whether or not this kiss on the cheek is appropriate. But you know, it's a kiss on the cheek. What are you gonna do? Goombaria really wants to be like you. His head is as hard as a rock. Doesn't sound great for him, but you know. Everyone in this family hypes each other up so much. You know, good vibes from the Goomba family. Just rapping, you know? The localization is just so good. The old grandfather's like, oh, rapping, okay. So that's what kids these days are talking about. And he gives you your first badge, which is a major gameplay mechanic in this game. And this one specifically lets you do a power jump, which does your jump, makes your jump do more damage. It's trying to get me into a tutorial for how to put on badges, but I know how, and it's like an unskippable little cutscene thing, so I'm gonna skip it. I'll show you guys. And yeah, this is what flower points are for, is to like use the badges that we have equipped. And yeah, those heart blocks also restore FP. So does the Toad Town bed, or the Toad House bed that I woke up in, by the way. Yeah, taking it on. Not yet. Thank you for gifting me the hammer. Yeah, man. Your back. Take care of your back, guys, because as you get older, it does not become fun. And he really wants to be an adventurer. And so does Goombaria, but I guess because she's a girl, she's not allowed to come along. Goombario, on the other hand, is allowed by the grandfather to join your party. Must be a real patriarchal Goomba society, as they don't even have to get permission by the mom or any of the parents. The grandfather is in charge. You know, respect your elders. And oh, I love this art that it shows you, this like watercolory art that only really show up in parts like this. This is explaining that partners that you get during the game, of which you'll find many, have uses both in battle, as you might expect, but they also have a skill outside of battle. Some of which gate your progress and let you access secret areas, kind of like a Metroidvania would, I guess, in a very minor way, you know? Yeah, and he's like, go rest in the tunnel. So I'll listen to him and do that, but I'll try not to do this too often. Oh, you have to talk to the toad. Because it is a little animation that you can't skip. But there's this nice little lullaby as Mario slides under the sheets. You know, I heard one of the most difficult things to animate well in a game is like a character going under sheets on a bed, which is why so often in games you just see them like slide into them. or lay on top of the covers, but I like this little workaround that Paper Mario has where because he's made of paper, he just kind of 2D flattens out and slides under the cover. And yeah, like that, all of our HP is restored. Let's go ahead and save the game. And do your best, son. Well, see, he's supportive nonetheless. Goompapa. Yeah, I don't think we got his name. Goompapa. So the mom must be Goommama? I don't think we got her name either. But yeah, boom. As we proved before. Oops, sorry for skipping that. Oh, I do like this. Because I skipped the tutorial and didn't put on the badge, he issues an extra little text warning that was like, hey, you forgot to do this. Let me show that off. So this is the menu. If you go into badges, you'll see that we have 3 BP available badge points. And what that means is that is our, that's all we have right now to equip badges. Power Jump, which is the only badge we have, requires 1 BP. So if we equip it, now we only have 2 BP available. But as you can see here, this badge, the Power Jump, lets you do a Power Jump. It uses 2 FP. That's in battle, obviously. And Mario stomps on a single enemy with a lot of attack power. So it's basically like a super powerful jump, which I'll show off. But yeah, so badges take badge points to equip, and then most of them, if you're using them in battle, take flower points, FP, to use in battle. So they're kind of tied to both of those. But before I get going... Oops, sorry if there was a edit there, guys. My controller died. Please do not abandon me. I am a new YouTuber, and I'm not a pro. Sorry about that. But as I was saying, before I get going, remember what I said. Always hit the trees because... What's this? This is a Goomnut. So I love this. Every kind of specialized town in this game has its own like unique item that is only... available in that town, which makes sense because like different parts of the world have different, flora, fauna, vegetation, whatever that grows there. This is like an acorn, I guess. It's a nut that restores 3 FP, which is useful. You can't just hit the tree for infinite ones, but if you do like load out of the town and load back in, you can get another one. So they're pretty much infinite. And let's go. There's a little sign here. Beware of Goombas. And I love that. It just beware of Goombas, and then it peels right off like that Goomba was pretending to be a sticker on that sign. Yes, so here's another mechanic that will come in use definitely, which is that you can change the order of attack. Because now we have 2 attackers, right? We have Mario and we have our partner, Goombario. So yeah, you can skip like that, which does come in handy. There's not much use right now, but I will use it to show off Goombario's abilities. One is a head bonk, which I'll show in a second. The other is tattle, which is really interesting. So basically, as you can see, and as you've probably seen in the gameplay so far, the HP of the enemies is not readily visible on screen. So you, up to now, you just kind of have to guess and remember how much HP they have. But if you use tattle, it will reveal that for us, as well as other little facts, and also give us some really funny flavor text about the enemies. So this is a Goomba, and they had what you call small fries, the smallest, the smallest fries. It's like, hey, wait, but I'm a Goomba. What if he's having a existential crisis? Yeah, it gives you their max HP, which we know to be 2. Their attack power is 1, which means it damages for 1. No defense. And you can jump on them or whack them with your hammer. Just like little tips like that. And then I love this so much, this meta commentary where it's like, these guys have been around since you were in Super Mario Bros. What does that mean? Does the video game exist within the world of Paper Mario? Who knows, but I love it. It's some of my favorite parts of the game, so I might try to tattle as many enemies as possible. And then, just like that, look, now you can see their HP on screen, which we already did 1 damage, so it shows it as 1 left out of 2. And that will show up every single time we fight this type of enemy. So any fight that we're in with a regular Goomba, it will now show its HP for each of them, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, let's use Mario to just finish this guy off. Dun, 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 dun. So excited. 2 Goombas that were just chit-chatting over there. Yeah, and so obviously having a partner comes in handy with our first fights with multiple enemies. Because no longer can we just take them out in one turn, you know? So we have to do a little extra damage. And this will showcase Goombaria's other ability at the moment, which is Head Bonk, which is exactly like Mario's jump. It is the exact same thing, more or less. At this point in the game, does 1 damage on their head. Obviously, can also not use it to jump on spiked Goombas. Take them out. Mario dealing damage. It's like, That little, like, Sonic finger wave, which is interesting. Dun, dun, dun. And let's head bonk them. Right, so as you can see, because these are also regular Goombas, it now forever shows their HP. There is another way to reveal HP later in the game of all enemies, and I'll kind of talk about that when we get there. But for now, Tattle is what we got. So Tattle outside of battle will also have Goombario give a more flavor text about where we are, and sometimes a hint. Hit the blocks. Let's get this first right. Yeah. So you can actually hit them with a hammer outside of battle, and they'll just fly low enough for you to hit them, as opposed to in battle. Obviously, you have to bonk them first before you can hit them with a hammer. But Goombario can take them on either way. Dun, 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 dun. You're done for. You're done for, Goombas. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, and I did forget to heal my health. I thought I did heal. Oh, that's from... I'm dumb. That's from these last few enemies. Oh, no. Okay, I'm glad I didn't jump on him. I tried to, and that would have been bad. Yeah, so this won't take him out, obviously, which will give us time. Let's get some tattling on the spiked Goombas. Spiked Goomba? Goombas with spikes on their head. Pretty, you know... Sometimes it's not the most useful information, but it's nice. Yeah, so 2, but it has an attack power of 2, because the spike does extra damage. Whatever you do, don't jump on the head or you get hurt or even paralyzed. I don't think Mario can get paralyzed, but your partners can, which is kind of like their health. I'll explain that a little later. But for now, let's just keep attacking these Goombas with their little fangs sticking out of their little mouths. No reason to use that power jump ability yet, but I will show that off actually in just a second. When these red blocks, so every time you see one of these special red question mark blocks, these are badge blocks. They'll always have a badge in them, which is always fun. Yeah, so this one, so the last badge we got, the power jump, was an offensive badge. This is kind of like a passive badge, basically right when Mario's in danger, which I explained is when he's down to 5 HP or less. Enemies sometimes fail to attack. So it's a nice little safeguard. Sorry about that. A nice little safeguard, you know, to save your butt at the last second. And because it only costs 1 badge point, and we still have 2, we might as well just go ahead and equip it. Eat a mushroom, gain your energy. Yeah, and I love, same with the Goomba, the mushroom pops out. Using the paper mechanics just to make so many fun little things, you know? Here's 3 enemies, which I could use the fire flower on, but there's really no reason to. We should save it. So, there's also no reason I attacked that guy first. I don't know why I did, because we're going to take one of these guys out either way. So we're in danger, so they might miss because of that close call badge. Let's find out. This last guy. We'll have one turn to attack, so let's see if we can get lucky. I have no idea what the percentage chance of that close call triggering is. I think it might be 25%, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's only 10. I think it's 25 though. But no luck that time. Oh well. But got a handful of badge points for that. Gotta love it. More than halfway there. And yeah, since it's very early in the game, they are nice enough to give you a heart block right here. Which is perfect timing, because we're about to come across some other dudes. Dun dun dun. Yeah, you suspicious guy. Mr. Big... Mario, aka Mr. Big Shot. And oh, these Goombas work for someone called the Goomba King? Who might that be? But these are the Goomba Bros. Like the Mario Bros. Except they're red and blue and not red and green? I wonder why they didn't make them red and green. That's interesting. That seems like a easy thing to knock out of the park. But they don't really have names. Their names are just Red Goomba and Blue Goomba, which, you know, at least are fitting for them. But yeah, let's show off the power jump, because these guys are going to have a little more HP. So, right. This takes 2 FP, which we only have 5 of now. But let's see how much it does. So our regular jump only does 1 damage. This will do 3. Boom. So nice. So nice. So good. But yeah, might as well tattle these guys. Blue Goomba. See, if I didn't tattle these guys, how would I know that this is the younger one? This is why this is here, guys. We gotta know this lore. Ooh, max HP out of 6, but still only 1 attack, no defense. He's one of the Goomba King's men. And he's weaker than his brother? Because he's the younger one. That makes sense. You like some of this? I mean, fine. You do no more damage than a regular Goomba. And, yeah, and now I'm gonna take you out, bro. Sorry. And I love when you kill one of them, the other one stops. I guess this is how I would have known it was the little brother. But hey, you never know. And let's tattle him. He said this one was stronger. And that's why, because he has 7 HP instead of 6. You can take on this guy a little more problem. No problem, just a little more HP. But yeah, those tattles are just a great place to witness the localization and writing of this game, which I just find to be so fun, so humorous, you know. Can no longer do the power jump because I only have 1 FP left. I could use that Gumnut to restore some, but you know, there's no real reason to. Might as well take this guy out the long way, you know. And you can see on his health bar, his health slowly dwindle down. This will take a couple turns. I apologize. But I'm telling you, that Fire Flower will come in use later, as well as that Gumnut. So let's save it. And this will be another chance to see if we get the close call. Let's find out. Are we lucky? Yeah. It literally says lucky. And I love that doop-a-doop-doop. So that's what that looks like. I'm glad that got triggered, because we will probably not have that badge on forever. So many star points. 83. So close, you guys. All of their tears as they run away sobbing. Let's save block. But hey, you know what? We're going to be smart. Always be smart. I don't want to die in this Let's Play. That's such a ridiculously early point in the game. Let's just go back and heal our health. And you know what? Let's just save. The saving is very quick, which I do appreciate. And I love this. Okay. Boom. Rule of threes, you guys. Let's talk about comedy and rule of threes. First sign, beware of Goombas. A Goomba pops out. Second sign, a mushroom. Mushroom pops out. This one, another mushroom. But I think it looks a little different. I'm actually not quite sure about that, but I always thought it looked a little different from the sprite that we're used on. So we're expecting another mushroom to pop out. It even says, eat a mushroom to regain your energy. But, it was a Goomba in disguise. Love those little touches, you guys. You gotta love it. You know what I mean? Defying expectations. Setting up rules, and then breaking them in unique ways. This is what video games are all about, baby. And I'm here for it. That guy goes down very easily. Ahem, ahem. He has like various little... I've never counted how many there are. Various little battle ending animations. There's the little like that little cough. There's the like with the like Sonic wagging finger. I wonder what triggers them. Here's an actual sign. Uh-oh. It's that Goomba King they were talking about. Wow. Here's his castle. Oh, this cinematic camera angle. Let's get this little cutscene of them running home to Papa. Not actually their father, but their king. Nice little detail of the leaves falling as the heavy door slams shut. Pretty sure there used to be a bridge on the other side. Dum, thumping, boom. My controller is boom, vibrating. Boom. A little hot. Oh my gosh. Look at this Goomba King. I love him so much. Isn't that the biggest damn Goomba you've ever seen? You can tell he's a king because he's got a crown and his little red and white pinstripe pants. Even his text shakes because he is so large and scary. And I love how crazy his eyes are. He is really huge. Yeah, let's get him. And he immediately attacks, which is why I'm glad that we healed. And not only does he attack, but his minions are back as well. Yeah, and you'll see why in a second. He'll explain. They must be pretty weak because you just finished battling them. I love this because we just battled them. They only have 2 HP left, which is a very cool touch. And I'll show you guys a little secret, a very obvious secret, but one that I'm not sure I realized as a kid on my first playthrough. So, as you can see, you have the Goomba King, Red Goomba, and Blue Goomba. But there's something else you can select to attack in this, and that's this Gumnut Tree. Which doesn't look like it has Goomnuts in it. We know what Goomnuts look like. Those look like big spiky balls, but who knows? Maybe the Goomnuts are inside of it. So you're like, why would I attack this tree? And you see the little bandage on it giving you a clue. And I will tell you why. Because if you attack the tree, a Goomnut falls, boom, boom, boom. Immediately takes out the red and blue Goomba and does 3 damage to the Goomba King. It's like a fire flower. That's the only time you can use it in the game, or in this battle, because there's no Goomnut left to fall on him. But I just like love this little like battle shortcut that is unique to only this battle. It's just a lot of fun. But let's tattle. You can also tattle the tree, but it won't reveal any HP. Although I do wonder what it says. But let's tattle the Goomba King first. Yeah, he's real big. Max HP 10. Still not that much stronger than the red and blue Goomba were. Still only 1 attack power, which is nice. And we are much stronger. Yeah, what did he eat? Is it Goomnuts? I don't know. Oh. Ow. That does 2 though. This is interesting. It says that his attack is 1, but that doesn't mean he can only do 1 damage. Like, that wasn't him attacking. That was the Goomnut attacking. And it was a smaller one, so it only did 2, not 3 like that big one. Just interesting. But yeah, let's power jump to get this guy down. And you might think that that crown on his head is a little too spiky to jump on. It's not. Goombaria would have told us if it was. But, and I know this is going to take a bit longer, but we'll survive. Let's just tattle this Gumnut Tree to see what it says. Yeah. So like if you do notice that and do want to know what will happen, this tells you. Yeah, very cool. And our first enemy with multiple attacks. So he's got that jump, which causes the Goomnut to fall down, and that little foot swipe. I don't think we're going to see it because we're going to kill him here, but I believe he can also jump on you for 1 HP as well. Oh, no. Yeah, wait, yes. This'll do it. Oh, and we're going to get so much star points. Oh my god, look at that. And that wraps us back around and gives us a new level. So, as you saw there, not only does the level up restore your HP and FP completely, each time it happens, it gives you one of 3 things to upgrade. You can upgrade your HP by 5, your FP by 5, or your badge points by 3. Because badge points are a little bit more special, and, you know, the amount of points that certain badges take don't go that high. 3 is, you know, is definitely fair. In fact, I love badges so much. It's what makes every playthrough of this game a bit different and more fun and unique, that I always go for badge points when possible. We don't really need more HP right now, and we only have 1 FP move, although that'll soon change, so we don't need to upgrade that. And you might also say that we don't have many badges yet, since we didn't even fill out the 3 we had, but soon we'll get lots more, and it's nice to have those extra badge points straight from the beginning. We try to go in. they go and hide, and they're like, "You hit the switch, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I hit it outside." He's like, "You hit it? Why would you hide it outside where Mario is?" And they try to trick you, but hey man, remember, always hit trees. And you know why? Because we get our 3rd star piece. And shake that, push nothing in it, but shake this one, and a switch pops out, and right as you hit it, he pops out, and he's like, by the way, good fight and all that to you, good sir, but if you happen to find a switch, definitely do not press it, like bad stuff will happen, and it's too late, and we'll see why in a second. Some real Looney Tunes stuff as well. He goes back down, and his tower unfolds. I love that. That goes rolling away. The windows fall off. The panels fall down off the chimney or tower. And boom, that's what happened to the bridge that Goombaria mentioned. And Goomba King gets sent off into the sky. Yeah, baby. Yes, we can. I don't know what happened to the red and blue Goomba. We didn't see them fly off, but yeah. Oh. Huh. I never actually knew there was something you could jump on in here. Like, you can jump up. Look at this. Look at this nice little view of Mario. Good framing. But there's nothing else in here. You just cross the bridge. Which I love games that make it so that you can't fall off. Stuff like this, because no one has time for that. Always hit trees. Oh, and here's another great secret. One of my favorites. Just a little small thing that I don't think I noticed after multiple times of playing this game even, is that you just like would continue, right? Because like you're on the path and the camera just shows you continue. But if you move up, you'll see there's this break in the path or in the fence, and you can actually go around it over here, and there's a block here, and you hit it, and boom, a secret question mark block appears. You hit that, and you get a super shroom, which is like the upgraded version of a mushroom. It restores 10 HP instead of 5, which is Mario's entire health at this point. So, and we won't have access to a lot of these or to buy them at a shop for quite some time. And so I love the fact that the game rewards you for exploration with this item that is like very overpowered for this point in the game. I mean, just like very useful, but only if you explore enough to find it. I just love little gameplay design things like that, and it's stuff like that that makes me love this game. But now we get a little cutscene interlude, which will be happening multiple times throughout the game. Save and continue. And we get basically a meanwhile at Bowser's castle, which I love. We never see this happening in Mario games. We never get to cut back to what Bowser's doing. We just usually meet up with him at the end of the game. But this gives you like the play-by-play. And it's like Mario beat the Goomba King. Yes, and I love this. I love that we were wondering what made the Goomba King so big, and it's because Bowser used the Star Rod on him to make him that big, which is a great explanation. Are you sure that Mario can't beat us? Yeah, definitely invincible. There's going to be no way around that. Mario loses. Sorry to spoil the game. Just kidding. By the way, those star spirits can make Mario more powerful. And this kind of sets up basically the game loop of the rest of the game, is that all of those star spirits that we saw heal Mario earlier have been captured and separated into different corners of the map, guarded by bosses, effectively. And there's 7 of them. So that basically like lays out the rest of the game for us right now. It's just us going to be capturing and rescuing star spirit by star spirit. And it even gives us a hint at the first one in the form of that classic red "pay attention to me" text, that the first one is at, or the closest one, which is the first one, is at Koopa Bros Fortress. And he's like, the Koopa Bros will defeat him, right? Like, hi-ya! And we get our glimpse at the Koopa Bros themselves, which are very obviously Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoffs, which is very funny to me. That Nintendo basically took the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and made them into Koopas, of course, because they're turtles. Like, it just makes so much sense, and yet it's not necessarily something you would expect Nintendo to do. It's like references to their pop culture property like that, that, you know, they haven't done anything with. Pshaw, get real, King Bowser. He was a total Wimpola, said. And I love, the localization is so good that it gives you the personality of every person in the game with how they speak, which I know is something that the Japan language and writing can do very easily, and how they talk just kind of belays whether this is an old person or a young person or a cool person or whatever, something like that. But in English, the only way we can do that is with style of speaking and slang. So the localization team did a really good job translating all of that Japanese text and really making sure that the personalities of each of these people pop. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Koopas over here are very hip and cowabunga-ish in their speaking. And they also just showed off a secret attack that they're going to plan to use to defeat Mario, which I love that, like, it didn't let us see, it just let us see Bowser and all of it. And he's like, man, if you do that, Mario doesn't stand a chance. What is that special attack? We'll have to find out. But by the way, if you guys are here, who's watching the Star Spirit? Ooh. Everyone is so incompetent at their jobs. I love it so much. Poor Bowser just can't find good help nowadays. And yeah, here we are back at Mario. I'll tell you what, always shake bushes, but I knew not to shake that one because ones that are flat against the background like that, you can't shake, I think. Oh my god. You guys, I'm so embarrassed. You can totally shake it. But there's nothing in it. So, please don't yell at me in the comments. Another question mark block, and we find a third kind of item. Or fourth, counting the Super Shroom. Yeah, this is you use it in battle, and it's like a status item. If you use it, if it works, it makes all enemies sleep for a little while. I never use this. I think there's one use case I can think that it would be useful in. but it's just like not worth it. Just beat the enemies by attacking them. Like, why put them to sleep? And it doesn't even guarantee to put them to sleep. It says there's a chance it might put them to sleep, and that chance is actually different for every enemy, and there's no way for you to know that without some context clues and just testing it out. So like, some enemies fall asleep really easily, but others have basically a 0% chance of that item working on it. So it's just, what's the point, you know? Just fight them, attack over everything, you know? Here's another little secret. This tree, you can see there's some kind of spring in it. Remember what I said, guys, and I'm gonna keep saying it, always hit them trees, because the spring pops out. Now we're on the roof, and there's a treasure chest, and it has another badge in it. Hits one enemy with a hammer, no matter where the enemy is. So yeah, this is another badge, attack badge, but unlike the power jump that's for the jump, the hammer throw is for the throw. Now this requires 2, which we can equip because we got this extra badge points. I really don't use this that much, but I'll equip it just to show it off in a battle. But basically, yes, lets you do a hammer throw, uses 2 FP, hits one enemy with a hammer no matter where the enemy is. Basically what this means, as you'll see in battle, is that you can make the hammer hit a flying enemy by basically throwing it at it. So if you're facing all flying enemies, or some other enemies later in the game that you can't jump on for whatever reason and can't hit with your hammer from the ground, that will let you throw it at them, which is nice when needed, but its use case is pretty little. And here we are, back at Toad Town, right where we started the game, and this Toad is so happy you are back, because this town's an absolute wreck. Their queen and the castle got imagine if the White House suddenly got lifted into the sky by an evil White House, I guess. You know, the evil version of the White House. It'd be terrifying. And these toads are panicking, kind of, which, you know, you can't see it on their faces, but trust me, there are. Yeah, and so this is Toad Town, actually. So here's another little neat thing before I wrap up soon, is that, as you remember, this is the pipe that goes to Mario's house that we popped in at the beginning of the game. So you can go back here, and look who it is. Dun, dun, dun. Luigi, who we last saw in the castle, just whistling on the step. And he's like, I wonder what my brother Mario is doing right now. You should probably be a little more concerned, because last you saw the Bowser got lifted into the sky. But, you know, always nice to see Luigi. I love his look in this game. It's so like weird and slightly different from what we know of as Luigi nowadays. But he was a little bit worried. And it explains how come he's not trapped in the sky. It's because he was still on that ground floor. So classic Luigi got very scared and ran outside the second any trouble revealed itself. But now he's like, who's this? Who's this guy that you got with you? Oh, I'm Goombaria. Great, I see. Great, just great. Okay, here's my problem with the writing of this game. He says, you're on an exciting adventure with Mario. Talk about unfair. We all know, canonically, Luigi absolutely does not want to go on an adventure with Mario under any circumstances. He's terrified of it. But I guess this is before they really introduced that part of his personality. Yeah, so it's kind of cool that you can come back here, and at different points in the game, Luigi will kind of be doing something different. Other than that, there's not too much to do. There's nothing in the mailbox. None of these bushes, I need to check every bush, none of these bushes give you coins or anything. You know, I would have loved it. The tree doesn't give you anything. I would have loved it if there was like something here, like a hidden block or something in a tree or a bush or something. Like, you don't even get a coin from it. You can't go through these pipes either. Which just kind of means that, like, there's no real reason to come back here other than to check in with Luigi, who doesn't give you anything. There's a couple other neat things inside the house that you get to explore. This is basically like an info screen for the game. This is basically how you would judge, quote-unquote, 100% completion. It says, like, how many badges you have, how many star pieces you have. So that's how many there are total of each of those in the other game. And some other stats, some of which are question marked out at this point because we haven't revealed those mechanics. But yeah, number of battles, number of first strikes, and number of enemies first strikes, which is 0. Thank you very much. But it will not be that the whole game, I promise. I am bad at video games. And, oh, okay. I didn't actually realize, I don't think, that this was like a Toad house that you could rest and restore all your HP. But we have all our HP. There's a box where letters will go, addressed to Mario. We do get letters at some point in the game, but not really addressed to Mario, so I'm unsure if they go there. And, hey, guess what? Boop, boop, boop. There's something else in this house, but we can't get to it yet. But it's also, there's nothing crazy down there. All in all, very cool that you can come back and explore Mario's house, but, you know, could have put more here. Also, I don't know if I ever realized, I assumed what you could see on screen was the entirety of Mario's house, just that little red house. I don't think I ever paid attention to the fact that there's this whole, like, green back area, which makes sense because that's their bedroom that we just saw. But Luigi getting some say in the paint and design of the house. Good for you, Luigi. And back to Toad Town we go. And yeah, so, you know, I think we're a little over an hour now, so I think this is the perfect place to stop our first episode. But if you made it this far, in the video, hey, you know what? Thanks so much, man. Person, guys, girls, they, them, all of you, you know, I'm just like, I want to thank you guys so much for making it this far, because I do really love this game, and I love talking about it, and I'm just glad to show it off for someone who either loves it as well, or maybe hasn't seen much of it. So if you made it this far, thank you, and, you know, check out the next one. It's most likely available for you. And, yeah, man, that's Snow Day Gaming, and thanks so much.